You couldn't crush the lid. I haven't decapitated a cadaver since I last touched the shit. I get percussive abrupt. The thunder rumbles your nuts. Like with the worst shit just suck. Yeah, somehow I still give a fuck. My style is brain damaged. We slap me retarded. Cause me and catacombs splatter your domes all over your carpets. We tear it down and flip it around. And I full tell your carcass. Thinking that you an artist when really your shit is garbage. It's harmless. These little games that I play with the necrotizing body and a couple double S. I'm asking her to be and she ain't got shit to say. So I'm fucking around her grave screaming I'm a renegade. It's like a warlock. So you better be keeping your doors locked. Better just handle the war pox and hit you with that sure shot. Just know that I'm gonna get ya when you faggots least expect it. We're taking this feminine rap scene to dissect that shit, motherfucker. Yeah.
What's up? Your fucking hair blew up. I make a mess in here like poke your hair through up. There's blood and guts everywhere, yeah, messed you up. If you got problems, then I'ma solve them. If you act stupid, I'm gonna assault them. Like little Nicky, I might never charge them. Give the receipt to a family starving. And I'm aiming for the stars, I'm a goddamn Martian. Literally aiming for the stars at the red carpet. Watch me turn a celeb into a dead carcass. Watch the lack in your head, give me several charges. Send me auto flare gun, clap you like a snare drum. Clap you like a tambourine, leave you like a represent. Get down like get down like that. Pop in 93, I get around like that. Joey Bruce in the booth, bitch, I clown like that. I write down dope, shit you down right. Okay. Heavy the East, blow a J, blow a J, don't roll away. Getting low like Mama J. Okay. We playing hot potato, we can eat. Chop potato, we can eat. Chop potato.
I kick your door in and criticize you fucking curtains. Stomp a baby kitten, yeah, leave the pussies hurting. Fuck you talking about? Like Waka Flocka, we be lurking over 9-year-old nerd on Call of Duty, steady murking. You know that life ain't picture perfect. I'll take a picture off the wall and smash the nearest person. You got a lovely home, I wanna know now was it worth it to have a private drive? Cause now I'm out of breath and cursing. Yo, fuck this. I got a list of demands, and ain't nobody gotta die if we just stick to the plan. Let me see both your hands. You fucking listening, man. I'll take your dog for a walk and then I'll give him a bath. I'm gonna take out your trash and then I'm mowing your grass. And give me $50 in cash or else I'm stabbing your ass. What if I just tell the cops that my door ain't been locking? Hit the ATM and say you never even walked in. What if Eazy-E had a Magic Johnson? I bet he'd still be stomping the streets of Compton. It means shut the fuck up. See you tomorrow. You got an extra toothbrush or jeans I can borrow?
What the fuck is this guy talking about, man?
And that was Columbine Collin with Catacombs and Petty, the DSA 2017 cipher. That shit is fucking raw. And speaking of Columbine Collin, that is why we segued into this shit. It's time to get into this interview. We're about to get it a little bit closer into the mind of Columbine Collin. Are you ready for this shit, bro?
Yeah, man.
All right, then.
Whatever you want.
I don't remember how to work my color thing because I'm too stoned, so I'm not going to fuck with that. But, all right. So, I have with me, in the hyperbolic rhyme chamber, 309 rap artist, Columbine Collin. And,
Hello.
My bad. So, I'm going to ask you a few questions and shit. And, help us here and everybody listening around the fucking shithole planet. Yeah, Trump made a fucking new word. He thinks he made a new word. I've been calling things shitholes since I was like 3. But anyway.
You know what's funny? I'm asked backwards on shit like that. Like, the president shouldn't be using words like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think I would see a marquee on a headline where it's just like, president calls, shithole countries. It's just
the year of the 8. Everyone starts acting like our vulgar asses.
He calls them like he sees them. He's just calling them like he sees them. That's all. I kind of agree. Like, some of those countries are technically shitholes, but we shouldn't go around calling names.
We shouldn't go around calling names because we're in an age where everyone has access to nuclear technology.
Exactly.
It's probably a bad idea to go talking shit to everyone, thinking that your balls are bigger.
Exactly, especially when they don't have shit to live for,
I bet
and
my
we
balls
do.
are bigger than yours.
There's
All
like, I eat nothing but shit that I pick out of cow. You know, like, I eat pieces of corn that I pick out of cow dung. What do you eat? I eat cheeseburgers. It's like, well, you know, if I bomb you, you die, and you'll bomb me and I die. But, you know, it's not gonna matter if they die.
It's not gonna matter.
No.
So,
you know what I'm saying? They're
could
gonna be like, I don't
world
give a
peace
fuck
be
about my
solved
life.
by
So fuck
feeding
you.
everybody cheeseburgers?
Huh?
Could world peace be solved by giving everybody a cheeseburger?
No.
By
Not
giving
at all. Some countries don't eat that shit. They'll be like, fuck you, dude. Try to
Well, what
poison me.
about like a vegan burger then?
Then they'd be equally pissed off. They'd be like, what is this shit?
See, a cheeseburger doesn't necessarily
People
have
are
to
indifferent.
Be
Let's
beef.
just... Can we move past it?
Actually, yeah. Oh, we actually have a shout out from the section. Charlie Boy says he loves you.
Oh. Well, I
Yes.
love him, too.
Oh, there you go, man.
Much
he
love
loves you
to you.
too. All right, so
So, Collin,
Yo.
before we get into this real quick, are you going to catch the D later?
No, I'm not going to catch the D later.
what?
You hear that, Charlie boy? He's not going to catch the D later, buddy.
Some
I
other
tried for
time,
you.
I'm going to go home and I'm going to go smoke grass and fall asleep after I, get done sledding all the way there. That's not funny. Like, it's straight fucking, like, Glacius versus Sub-Zero outside. Yeah, absolutely. There we are.
And Sub-Zero's like,
Right? Pulls out your
All right.
spine. Your spinal column. Your spinal column. Sorry.
Well, my first question is, it's a simple one. We know I said you're a 309 artist, so people get that much. But where are you actually from? Like, where'd you grow up?
See, I crawled out of a sewer somewhere around Hudson, and I crawled all the way there as an infant child on my hands and knees to Bloomington Normal, and I made roost there with a kind woman by the name of Mary Lisa Zimmerman. She raised me as one of her own, even though I'd been partially raised by wolves.
Wolves.
Yes.
This is getting interesting.
My adopted father, Wes Glover, actually, he gave me his last name, and I sired him. But no, that's not. I'm from Normal. I'm from a trailer court there. It's a little ghetto spot. It's
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Good upbringing. Good getting your ass whooped at the bus stop every day. Going into school, living, during the Columbine massacre, that aftermath of that happening. That was great. Like, right when I started just getting into school, it's like the Columbine massacre. So, security tightened and everything went haywire. The crisis of the 90s shit just started to go downhill from there. But, I'm from Bloomington. Twin
That's
Cities.
actually,
Got lots of love for it. Got a lot of friends there.
Bloomington's.
That actually brings me into another question I was going to ask you later on, but it's a perfect opportunity. How you came up with the name Columbine Collin?
Because of that, and so people don't forget.
Yeah.
People don't even know what Columbine is. I've talked to kids these days that are around like 18 years old.
Absolutely.
They're like, what is that? I'm like, it happened in 1999. It was two kids in trench coats just decided to go in with a fucking pact of ride or die death, and they were going to start with the school, blow it up, and then go on for a further killing spree, modeled after their favorite movie. What is it? Killer Instinct?
Something like that.
No, why am I drawing a blank on it?
Natural Born
Killers, yeah, my bad.
Natural Born Killers. That's
I'm a little
funny because we
stoned.
brought that up
Yeah,
earlier.
we're talking about
stoned,
Killer
too.
Instinct earlier. But, yeah, they modeled it after that in some sort of weird relationship, but it ended in the library, where most of the people were killed, and it was bad. Like, if you've seen the raw footage of it, which I advise you go see,
Yeah. I actually brought that up because I've had that said to me before. I've talked about, Columbine Collin. So I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, are you fucking with me right now? Like, how do you not know? But, I mean, I guess I am 30 years old, and
Right.
these kids, they don't be teaching history properly no more, so.
I'll be 28 in 3 months.
See, you're right. You're right in that same generation, man.
1990.
In
What about Waco,
1987.
Texas?
It's a young motherfucker, but Young Mung, actually, he's an old soul, man. By the way, Charlie Boy says you do love the D, indeed. So,
On
from
occasion.
what I take from it with the Columbine Collin is was a traumatic history-making event that changed the world.
Yeah.
in a very violent
It was a
and
time I
grotesque
grew
manner.
up in. Yeah, it's a time I went to school in, and shit was just
That's
hell.
a perfect fucking name for an underground artist, especially your style of music.
Yeah, it's not because I had to have disrespect for anybody necessarily. I mean, everybody needs to fucking remember.
Yeah,
It's pain.
absolutely.
Plus, I'm an asshole.
I absolutely believe that especially how much they distort history now in schools and shit. That nobody really knows what happened except for people who really want to fucking dig, and nobody wants to do that anymore.
Idiocracy is happening, ladies and gentlemen.
So, how did you get started in music?
Well,
Just in general, not even just rap music. Just in music, like what got you into music?
I've always loved music as a kid. You know, like I've grown up with the greats. You know, AC/DC. My dad was mainly responsible for it. My dad listens to a wide range of shit. You know, like the Bloodhound Gang, and he'd listen to some jazz, the Dave Matthews Band on like the lighter side, and then he'll turn around and listen to like Cannibal Corpse,
Right.
the Insane Clown Posse. You know, he's the one who got me started. Like when I was a very young kid, listening to the Insane Clown Posse because I'd never heard shit like that before. With all this stuff that's going on nowadays. Like, people don't realize back when they came out in their heyday, nobody was saying shit like that. And then Eminem came out a little bit later, and they thought that was career changing, and
Right.
people had been doing it for far before shit like that. Though.
Oh yeah,
That's where he got his style from, is being from Detroit in a very bad area.
that's what people don't understand is the Midwest. It was like a lot of people want to criticize the Midwest that our music's really dark.
Yeah.
A lot of horrorcore comes from around here. Our music's sad. It has a really negative, depressing feel to it. Well, motherfucker, come live here.
Yeah.
Like, grow up here.
Started-
have this be your life, and you're not going to have the happiest shit in the world to write about either.
So I started when I was about 14 or 15. I got into guitar, took lessons for about 2 years. Became a decent little fucking guitarist, and I started in a band with
Right.
this cat named Matt Campbell. Well, we went through many projects with that, and everybody wants to be a guitarist, so they were like, be a drummer. So I started playing drums, and I started playing bass, and I started picking up all this shit, and like 15 years down the road, I know how to play all this stuff fluently.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I got my background with it, but I always wanted to be a recording artist. I didn't think I had the voice for it. I didn't think I had the voice or the charisma or anything, or the lyrical structure, but I started working at it, after meeting certain local artists. I was like, man, fuck it. If everybody else is going to do this, I'm going to do this too. And I tried it out, and I was natural at it because I started. I've been writing journalistically since I was a very young kid. Writing poetry and things like that. So it just made sense with
That's how I started too. So.
Technical percussive rhythm mixed with just insane cynical lyricism from being.
And you also had that history as a drummer and as a chopper myself. I don't really classify myself as a chopper these days. I am capable. I'm quite capable, but I've just been exploring different outlets. But the reason that I'm able to do that is from being a drummer. The rhythm that you get from being a drummer, especially with the snare drum shit, and being able to like fit all those different sounds into a quarter count properly, gives you the ability. If you can do that with your mouth, you can manipulate anything you want. You can make anything sound the way you want it to sound. And
Absolutely.
I noticed that with you right off the bat. And
or just getting your pops and your syllables in the right places, and
it's really cool. It's really cool to hear that. I knew that you had to pass as a drummer, but it's really cool to actually hear how much shit you actually did.
Quite extensively. Like it's been years and years, and I've played in the music scene. I'm in 2 bands currently, and Slow Butter and Altered Existence. We've been on like a pretty hiatus-y, deal with Altered Existence.
Yeah.
Usually we play out.
I remember that name.
And Slow Butter's been about a year and a half in the works, just kind of slowly building, and now we've got like 11 songs on our roster.
Right, so you're not strictly a hip hop artist at all.
No, fuck no. I got all kinds of shit going on, really.
Oh yeah, so metalheads and rockheads out there. He's also a drummer and
Psychedelic rock and fucking death metal, straight up old school death metal.
Hell
fucking,
yeah.
What is
So that's
shit,
Altered Existence and Slow Butter. Is that what you said?
Insane shit like Primus. What?
Slow Butter and Altered Existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slow Butter. Check them out if you see them coming around the area anytime soon.
Hell yeah,
we'll
definitely.
Probably do some conglomerations with like 8UP if you want to do like mixed sets. You could always
that'd be awesome. Actually, we have the inmate known as 5.
Yeah.
He's our rock rap artist, and he's actually a member of a couple bands as well.
He
So
was a member of Slow Butter.
Yeah. Oh no shit,
Yeah.
that's what's up. Yeah.
He's a little too metal.
Yeah. He's been in a lot of different bands. He was around with Third Degree Fallout.
Let me just
something
say,
Mafia. I don't remember now, but it was something Mafia.
Let me go on the record and say, the inmate known as 5 is a fucking beast.
Yes, he is.